Good morning, guys. We are out here at Willow Springs. We're sitting next to the big track and we are gearing up. We are about to hit the asphalt. I'm driving the E30 M3. I'm going head to head with that 190E Cosworth over there for Driving Line's driver battle. Thanks to Nitto Tire, they have rented out the track today and have put together what is going to be an awesome event. There's only 4 cars here today. We have the track to ourselves, and I'm excited to fine-tune my time, and that's what it's all about today. Who can put down the fastest lap? I've only been here one time before. I've only done a handful of laps. I'm excited to see how this goes. I feel really good about it. The car's on new suspension, lots of new parts, new wheels, new tires. Everything's gonna be fun. I'm excited. I'm gonna jump on in and see how we do. First session out. Let's do it. Well, I'm not having a ton of luck. In about 5 laps, I've thrown my power steering belt twice and I just pulled off to look at it, and my water pump and alternator belt is about to pop off too. So something's unhappy. I gotta try to figure it out. So I've taken this apart, and the teeth that hold the power steering pump for adjustment are completely worn off or gone or broken off. So I think that's probably why it's loosening up. And then I think that belt coming off got wound in the water pump and alternator belt and made it hop off. So I'm hopeful I can put something on here and tighten her down and get that working again. We'll have to find out. Well, I don't think the alternator and water pump belt is gonna work. It is completely misshapen. I'll show you guys here in a sec, but fortunately AutoZone 5 miles into town has both belts, so I'm gonna replace both of them and it should get us back on track. Hopefully the nut that I have stolen from the battery tray in the back of the car and using it to hold the power steering pump in place will hold. It's a bummer. I'm doing really well. I've gotten 1 flying lap in so far and already PB'd, which feels really good. 136.1, I think. I'll have to check the aim here in a bit, but I really like to make this work. I feel like I could go fast today. I'm feeling good about it. So, we'll see. All right, so just came back in from, I guess, what would be my 3rd session out, and the belts seem to be staying on. Everything feels really good. Just did a 136.47 or 44, I think, which after looking at the aim is the best so far. So we're out there. We're going at this point 3 seconds faster than my previous best here. There's still a lot of time on the table because this track's serious. It's fast. There's a lot of time to find still. I've got to grow the cojones to go faster. So we'll see how it keeps going. It was this moment right here that everything went absolutely wrong. When I finished filming that last shot, I set the camera down on top of the car and I told myself when I did it, you're gonna forget that it's there. But when I told myself that I'm gonna forget, I figured you're acknowledging it, you won't forget, it's fine. I walked away, and when I came back and saw the camera still sitting there, I told myself again, you should move that camera, you're gonna forget that it's there. But I figured, again, you're really confident that you're gonna forget that it's there, you're gonna be fine. You are acknowledging where the camera is. This isn't absent-mindedly setting it down on the car. You know it's there, how could you mess this up? Well, as I'm sure all of you guys know, I got distracted. In the hustle of filming an episode with Driving Line and their massive production crew, my concentration was broken and I walked away again, this time forgetting that the camera was sitting on top of the M3. And when we were called to the track to start doing laps again, I drove off. Astoundingly, the camera sat on top of the car and stayed on through turn 1. It was actually during the out lap for this one we're about to watch. This preceded my fastest lap of the day. The camera flew off in turn 2 and landed trackside, and I spent the rest of the day looking for the camera. I assumed that I had misplaced it, stuffed it in the truck somewhere, or maybe it was even sitting in the truck bed. I was absolutely convinced I didn't leave it on top of the car, even though I very well remembered that I sat it there. It wasn't until the end of the day when the track was cold and I decided I would walk the track just in case I left it there, and of course, that's what happened. So there's no footage for the rest of the day. This is it, my fast lap. There are other laps that I have from the window camera, none of which are any faster, so they're not worth watching. So for you guys, this is pretty much where my day ended. There's no more footage. But I'll let you guys watch the fast lap, and then we'll recap here at the shop afterwards. So the camera is absolutely toast. It is smashed and some of the buttons are even like forced down into position. Doesn't work anymore. I'm filming on the old Canon that I used for the first few episodes, and I'm hopeful that you guys can't even tell the difference. There's probably really not much of one. It would really suck if I had to film the next, 2 or 3 weeks of episodes on a GoPro instead, but thankfully I can send the Sony out and get it replaced under insurance, which I do have, and all will be well here in a couple of weeks. So in the meantime, we're back on the Canon. But smashing the Sony camera up was not the only lesson learned in a lapse of concentration. When I say I looked everywhere for the camera, one of the places that I looked was under the hood of the M3. I had remembered taking footage of the belt and the stripped teeth on the power steering pump mount and figured maybe I set it down in the engine bay and it's hanging on in there somewhere. So I unlatched 3 of the 4 hood pins of the car and then was called away from the car once again. And when I came back, I forgot to latch those hood pins down, so I lost my hood while I was at it too. Now, this sucks to have happen. I've been told that everybody with hood pins eventually forgets their hood pins once, so I've gotten it out of my system, and honestly, I'm not that upset because the hood that's on this car doesn't match and it fits like crap. Its only benefit is that it's lightweight. It's a fiberglass and it has some carbon ribbing underneath. I will replace it with something that fits better and looks better, and maybe with a bit of luck is just as light, but maybe not. It's not that important. I don't have so much skill that 20 pounds on the car is going to make a huge difference. Nonetheless, though, it is a hard lesson learned. Concentration is important on track and off. I need to make sure that I'm finishing jobs that I'm starting, whether that's setting a camera down somewhere or looking under my hood and making sure that hood gets latched back down. As far as the damage to the hood itself goes, It's in 2 pieces and has a crack in it. It's not the end of the world. You guys will see the driver battle episode, and for half of it, it's smashed up just like this. I also lost my passenger side mirror because the hood took it off when it came off, but thankfully it didn't smash the glass, it didn't hit the roof. The hood doesn't weigh anything but, 3 or 4 pounds. So all in all, very minimal damage for what could have happened. And like I said, an important lesson learned. I really wanted to record an entire segment with JC and his 190E and let him talk about his car and show both cars together, but obviously I had pretty much no camera for the entire day. I had my R5 with me, but I can't really record sound with it due to my lens setup and all the sounds that it picks up, plus the wind level at Willow Springs is just insane. It was nuts yesterday, so that all went out the window. But I will show you guys some beauty shots here at the end. With that said, that does mean you will have to go watch the driver battle episode with the E30 M3 versus the 190E. Place your bets in the comments. Let me know who you guys think's gonna win. I had a ton of fun chasing JC around for the day, and of course I've got to say thanks to Nitto Tire and Driving Line for renting out the track and giving us kind of a once-in-a-lifetime opportunity to run these cars together. So with that said, let me show you guys the only other shots that I captured all day, some beauty shots on track at Sunset, Big Willow. All right, guys, that's it for this one. I appreciate you guys watching. In the next episode, we'll be back on the Ferrari. I anticipate at the beginning of next week. I think we're gonna have some engine mounts made. I've already started fabbing some stuff up. I've been thinking all week long about how to accomplish some of the other ones, and I feel really good about it. It's gonna be a good week for fabrication. Stay tuned for it. I will catch you guys in the next episode, and thank you as always for supporting me and this channel.